Good morning, Desert Sands Unified School District. My name is Sean Webb, and I'm your Director of Community Engagement in the Educational Foundation. And you're watching Classroom Conversations. And you also see Chef Mary. Good morning, Chef Mary. How you doing?
Oh, good morning. I'm doing well. And how are you doing, Sean?
You know, it's a great day. I can't wait to tell you about everything that's going on. But before we do so, I want to make sure to thank our sponsors and so forth. We want to make sure to thank CoachellaValley.com for allowing us to land this on their page. You know, we've got a great relationship with Craig, and thank you very much for that, as well as the City of Indio, who's paying for our StreamYard access this year. And Mary, thank you to the foundation for allowing us to do this.
Exactly. I mean, all of these partners have been incredible that we've been doing this for over a year.
Yeah, we've been doing this over a year. You're right. But with that, I want to go ahead and read the mission statement for the Desert Sands Educational Foundation. The Desert Sands Educational Foundation secures funding and the Desert Sands Educational Foundation secures funding and awards money to provide supplemental resources that enrich and enhance student learning in Desert Sands Unified School District. And their vision statement. In partnership with public and private sectors, Desert Sands Educational Foundation financially supports creative and innovative programs that enrich and enhance the educational experience in the academics, the arts, and extracurricular activities that engage all students and staff in Desert Sands Unified School District. So, Mary, once again, thank you as a board member for helping sponsor and, you guys allowing us to have this community engagement show. So I want to tell you, as I shared, we've had a real cool couple of days. I want to put it up here on screen. Yesterday, you'll love this, Mary. We had a visitor at our leadership meeting for the district, and you'll notice this person. You know the person sitting down next to Mr. Bailey here?
Oh, is that Dr. Wilson?
No. That is Tim Bradley right there.
Oh, Tim Bradley.
World champ Tim Bradley talked to us about and opened up the school year for us, and I did a great job in talking about things that he's gone through his life and so forth, and gave a little motivational speech to all of us. I remember a great picture of you with him one time where you guys were battling it off in the kitchen.
We were fighting over that ahi.
That's right. So yesterday was a great morning. Here I am with Tim as well. We had a great morning with all the entire district leadership over at the Living Desert, a great new partnership with the Living Desert, where we had all of our district staff there. We're all masked up, and we just heard about all the great things that we got moving forward, some of the changes that are coming in throughout the year, as well as it was our first time to meet as a group like this in over 2 years.
Oh my gosh, that's incredible.
Yeah, absolutely incredible. And then I'll tell you, this is Kathleen. I got a picture while she was speaking. This is our new foundation president. She got to address the entire group there to talk about everything great that's going on with the foundation. Shared about her, she shared from the heart about her own experiences with Desert Sands and her 4 children that she has.
I know.
3 that have gone through her schools completely, and 1 that's over at La Quinta High. So she just did an amazing job. And I'll tell you, if I could blow up the picture here, you'll notice that all the eyes are on Kathleen, and she's doing an amazing job talking about the foundation and talking about our upcoming events.
Yeah, she's a great speaker.
Yeah, she did an amazing job. And I'll tell you, though, like her, she was a little bit, I could speak in front of kids all day long. I can speak in front of this camera all day long, and I'll be fine. You put me in front of my peers, I get like that a little bit. So this morning, I'll tell you, let me get this over here. We also had, you talk about hyperventilating, new teacher orientation going on here at Desert Sands. So our friend Dr. Cook.
Yes.
She's leading this charge over here. She's in charge of that. And I got to speak right after Mr. Bailey this morning. And I don't know how Mr. Bailey and Mr. Griffith, our board president, do it. They just go up there and they just speak and they're fine. And I'm very behind the mask. I'm glad I had the mask on because I hide my
exactly.
as I'm speaking.
Exactly. Do you find that sometimes you don't even know what you said?
Oh, no, I knew what I said. Luckily, I had a little guidance, a little cheat sheet in front of me and so forth. They had on the screen. But we have some 80-plus new hires.
Oh, my gosh. 80
new teachers. Mr. Bailey did a little survey of, where people are from and so forth. And, like myself, I came from east of the Mississippi. He asked that question. Out of the 80, there's 5 of them that came from east of the Mississippi.
Really? Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, so we got some people that came from a long ways away, and then so we have some people that are right from California, some people from the West Coast as well. But no, just a great last couple of days with everything going on.
Yeah, see, I see our friend Jamie is back.
Yeah. My cousin, for those who don't know, my cousin is Jamie McNicky. She's a teacher at Indio Middle School. They just moved back. She was a longtime teacher at John Glenn, La Quinta Middle School, a couple of other school sites. But she just moved back. I talked to Mrs. Hartman about her yesterday. She's really excited to start, and I actually saw her. It's funny. She's been a teacher in the district for 10 years, but she left for 2, and then she still had to come back to new teacher orientation.
That's what's happening at the arena.
Yes, that's what you're sharing, definitely.
Yeah, everybody's going through new hire and rehire.
Okay. Well, what else do we have here? I want to go ahead and highlight our Twitter feed. Both Jan and Mary do an amazing job with that. The UCAN report, want to thank them. They've highlighted every one of our CTE programs this summer. Each week, it's been a new program, so you can see that there. And then one thing that we do in Desert Sands that is it's kind of unique and special. These here, Mary, these are all representatives, these young ladies here, from the different high schools. And each of them take a couple weeks of the year where they sit as a board member on the school board and they make decisions with our school board. And they ask questions. So there you see Mr. Bailey, you see Dr. Hyde, Dr. Kelly Mae Volmer, and Mr. Aquino that are with them. They had orientation just last week with that. So that's really special that we have that. I'm not sure if you caught it, with you being in San Diego now, but KESQ just had a great special with all the superintendents of the districts out here in the Coachella Valley. Mr. Bailey did an outstanding job speaking with Peter Dott about what's to come and so forth. And if people want to know more about what's to come, Mr. Bailey, you know how we have super seconds, Chef Mary?
Yes.
And these are the tidbits. Well, here's the back to school letter that just went out yesterday to every single family member, went out to every one of our staff members. One for staff, one for family members. So it was great to have them do that. Yeah. But how else are things going? I see you're having a little bit of feedback, Chef Mary.
Yeah, I had some. Oh, it seems to be better now.
Okay. But in regards to super seconds, I just want to make sure, and I want to put this in the where's the comments here. Let me get to that. If you want to see super seconds, you go to DSUSD.us. It's on the right-hand side, but you'll see the back-to-school letter from Mr. Bailey. Give all the details with many links and so forth. I'll actually pull it up before I put it in the comments as it loads. But very important information there. So I highly recommend if you would like to know more about what's going on, please go there. It goes right to our Peach Jar. As you know, Chef Mary, we use Peach Jar to reach out to our families, and it gives a PDF. And in here, it has very specific things like compliance with SB 328. You click on that, it'll take you right to it. California Department of Health, take you there. As well as we have a special, episode of Classroom Conversations that Mr. Bailey and I are going to be hosting on Thursday, where we're going to talk about back to school specifics. And there's information in this letter about that too.
So is the district all back in school now?
We go back to school on the 18th. All of our site administrators and classified employees and so forth are all back at the sites that from elementary, middle school, and the high school. They haven't. As Mr. Beeble said, they haven't skipped a beat. They just went in. They just had summer school graduation. Now we got to pick up again with regular school. But no, we have school that starts up the 18th, and I already got my assignments. I'm not going to share where yet, but I will be covering live for us on the first day of school. So that'll be really exciting.
Yeah, I'm starting to see the school buses around here a little bit. So, it's like I could pick up my time to go to work.
Okay. Yeah, definitely. We're talking about going to work and so forth. One of the things that we've had time changes in start times and end times and so forth. So Tara has to travel Fred Waring every morning to go to work. So I said, here, you may want to have to adjust your schedule because of now the buses and the dropping off and so forth. They've all changed. So we definitely want to make sure to evaluate that. You know what we'll do is I'll even bring that up maybe next week, Tuesday, Mary, as I'll bring up the different time schedules so people can be aware because we did have some major time changes.
Yeah, because I find around here, a lot of kids are bused to school, much like in the desert. And, and then all of a sudden you get into this every 2 blocks, there's a pickup for a student. And then you're sort of behind it. Although traffic over here, it's just great. I'll just leave it there.
It's exciting, huh? It's exciting. There we go.
It is a challenge every day. But, it's a city and that's how it is. You can't kind of get around that.
Exactly. So with your schools over there, I know that we're going to continue to offer this. We have another Tdap and COVID vaccination clinic that's going on today, August 10th from 4 to 7. Are they offering those for Maddie's classmates as well? Are they having vaccination clinics? Are you aware?
Well, she is in the 6th grade, so
Okay.
I don't know what they do because some of those kids are under 12.
Right. Yeah, this is for anybody 12 and over. Students can go to this as well. This is going to take place. So actually, this is taking place at our district office. So that's going to go on from 4 to 7 today, where people can come in. As we shared, you can get the Tdap as well as you can get the COVID vaccination. And I believe that is the Pfizer vaccination that we're giving out there. I'm going to make sure I have that right. Yeah, the vaccination's free, no insurance necessary.
Yep.
And we've been giving out the Pfizer every time except for the first time. So I couldn't assume it being any different than that. But
yeah, I know that Maddie had her 6th grade orientation last week, and it was she had to come by herself. No parents were allowed. The school goes through 6 through 12 in the same school.
Really? Okay.
So she had this. She goes to Wahomie.
Okay.
So they have them navigate the day on their own, with teachers and counselors instructing, and they had meet and greet your fellow students and teachers and counselors, and they had lunch and everything. And she's pretty outgoing. I mean, I think she did quite well. She met some new friends and didn't seem to be intimidated by the whole process. But it's a much smaller school, and she can walk to school.
Okay. Well, that's nice to always have that. When we think about where we're going to send Brooklyn, who knows which school yet. I've been talking a lot about dual language immersion program. We'll see when that bridge happens. But
San Diego is such a huge county.
Oh yeah.
You have county and city, and there's so many districts within those organizations. I don't know if they have a platform similar to what Desert Sands has. Well, I haven't really looked into that, but they seem, I haven't seen anything specifically, but maybe because it's such a large organization, and I don't know how the districts are, if there's a district that does the districts, because you do all of the desert, and then you have Palm Springs has their own.
Yeah, we have 3 districts out here and so forth. And one of the beautiful things that Desert Sands has, it's open enrollment. So if there's a spot and there's a program that you want to maybe explore at Shadow Hills that they don't have at La Quinta, you can apply to that school.
Okay.
Or maybe even with the elementary and middles, but it's also based on enrollment. But so one of the things I want to share this with Mary. So we talked about nutritional services a lot this time during COVID.
We did.
And Dan Capello yesterday got to address the entire leadership team. And we highlighted them when they served 3 million meals just in the city of Indio. You want to take a guess on how many total meals Desert Sands Nutritional Services has served since March 16th of 2020? If we did 3 million back in March when we honored them, how many total meals do you think we served since March of last year?
I would have to think they would be in the 11 million.
You know what? You're close. It's actually 7 million meals.
Oh, wow.
That they served. And I get chills thinking about it, 7 million meals. And we're going to continue to do that because, as you're aware, with the new guidelines and so forth, Mr. Aquino shared at our last board meeting, all students are still going to receive free breakfast and lunch. And they're also developing programs for the students that choose to be on independent study, breakfast and lunch pickups. And they're working those scenarios out right now. We don't have the definitive numbers, but they're doing that. But, one thing I do want to make sure to have up here is I told that our preschool still got some available spots. So I added that to the ticker there. As you know, we've got some great programs over here, but I want to make sure that people are aware of that. That right there, the free low cost preschool is available. Just call that number there. Dr. Ryan's available to take your request. Yeah.
That's incredible. Some of the people I work with were La Quinta High School students, which is kind of crazy.
Yes.
Because it's like, they seem to have, every time you go somewhere, they go, I went to La Quinta High School, or my children went to La Quinta High School. Mm-hmm. So it's like you always have a family friend floating around when you're working.
Oh yeah. No, speaking of La Quinta and having to work with people that you've known and so forth, with our 80 plus new teachers here, I was speaking with Dr. Cook that there's a number of them are all alumni of Desert Sands. So I got, me, I love it when somebody comes back to the district that they, were grown up in through. I just think that's pretty special. Yeah.
Yeah, well,
No,
I
it's
think it's
definitely.
really cool because we stay in touch with our past students,
Yep.
from my program or from the people that you knew, or even from the other high schools. They all sort of seem to pop around, and they're back in the desert, working or teaching or doing something. They don't stray too far from home.
Right. Right. Most definitely. Let me go ahead. I want to pull up so people can see the graphic with the preschool and so forth. I think it's very important. I'm a visual person too, Mary. I want to make sure that we can see it. But
Yeah.
this is a preschool. Make sure you call them up, 771-8775. Go ahead and get low cost or maybe even free preschool for your child. I know that they have spots available. I just talked to Dr. Relling as well as Jan, Jan Diaz, who oversees our social media. She shared with me as well. They have spots and they're going to continue to push that and so forth. We know that Jay did an amazing interview with NBC, Palm Springs, and they're going to keep on re-airing that and so forth. But there are spots available, so make sure you go ahead, give that number a call, and sign up. We'd love to have you. Yeah, but Mary, like I said, I got a little short show today. I will tell you later this afternoon, you'll love this. The foundation board members who are in charge of the gala this year are going to go visit one of our friends and see Chef Reese. And they're going to talk to him about potentially having the gala at June Hill. So Mary Perry and a number of our board members with Kathleen and so forth are going to go ahead and check that out. But I will say that we just got a good morning and a thank you, Rosalba. I'm not sure what the thank you's for, but you're welcome. I'm not sure what it was, but we appreciate it when people comment and say hello to us. But no, it's exciting that we're talking gala.
Well, and speaking of Chef Reese, I think I'm going to see him on Sunday.
Oh, really? Where are you going to?
Well, he's coming to the beach for something, and he sent me a little text that he says, "Are you around? Are you working?"
Okay.
And I said, "Yeah, come by the house and we'll make dinner and whatever." And he goes, "No, I am taking you out."
Oh, look at that! There you go.
So that'll be good. So it'll be good to fun to catch up with him and see what he's doing. And I miss those partnerships. Although I sort of got into I started making some calls around here to some of my old instructors and chef partners and whatever, and starting to develop those connections again.
Yeah, definitely.
And
yes.
so I found one at La Dame's L'Escoffier, super neat lady, Chef Candy.
Okay.
And Chef Court from the school. So it's kind of fun because, the group that we had in the desert was just unique beyond unique. I mean, everybody knew each other, everybody came around. And I think because this area is so large,
right,
that you tend to have your pockets. And Vista seems to be, it's one of the older communities that's going into redevelopment. So most of those places are smaller restaurants and, bistros and, afternoon cocktail hours, whatever. So
no, that'd be great to see Chef Reese. You guys will have a great time.
I know. I'm excited about seeing him because I haven't seen him. Well, no, I did see him. I went over the last time I was over there. I had lunch with him at June's table. And he looked great. He looks great.
Yeah, he looks great. He's loving life, and I know he loves his work. So that's always a pleasure. But we did have a question come in, and I'll bring it up here. It says, "What are distance learning options for this year?" So that's a great question. Thank you, Yvette. As I shared earlier, I want to bring this up on the website here. But this question deals with what does distance learning look like? So if you go to, as I shared, let me bring this up, Mary. So if you go to DSUSD.us and you go to the back to school letter for parents, that'll take you to this link here where you'll see the actual letter. It's in English and Spanish. And then it talks about the different programs that we have available. So you talk about distance learning. We're going to have independent study. You can go ahead and check out that link there. That'll take you directly to Horizon School website where they have the independent study programs, as well as please work with your school site and speak with your principal to talk about what you're looking for and so forth. They will definitely assist you. And please know that, and you'll love this, Chef Mary, as I shared, we're doing a special edition with myself and Mr. Bailey on Thursday where we're going to address all of these things. So I please encourage you to come and visit us on Thursday, a special edition, 9 o'clock Classroom Conversations with myself and Mr. Bailey. We're going to talk about the opening of school as well as some of the distant learning options. But work with your school. Definitely check out the Horizon School website as well. But that was one question that just came in.
Yeah, because I think we're all experiencing some, minor changes here and there.
Exactly.
So it'll be good to have that sort of clarified, at least a week out before the students start to go back, and parents are start getting ready for, picking kids up or dropping them off or getting them to school.
Right. Definitely. But Mary, with that being said, I'm going to let you go here. We didn't have, crazy important information, but just some great facts about what's going on. We got me as a leadership team. We got new teacher orientation going on this week. Like I said, I'm going to be in there every morning to say hello to them and so forth. But I will catch up with you next week. That's when we'll have our guest, Mr. Michael Kandari, who's over at Palm Desert High School. I work with Mr. Kandari, and he's in charge of their Performing Arts Academy over there. He's an amazing performing arts teacher. They had a production this summer where they Into the Heights, I believe it was, where they did it live, and they had a musical this summer, as well as You'll Love This. Guess where he went to college before guess where he got a certificate before he went to college? CIA in Hyde Park.
Really? Oh my God.
So you guys will have a great connection, great conversation. But no, I loved working with Michael, and it's just 1 year. And we had some ideas of like how we could do a culinary and, like cabaret night or something. I don't know.
Exactly.
So I look forward to having you on with him on Tuesday at 9:00.
Well, it's kind of a small world. My friend Penny, her grandson Roland, was in performing arts in San Diego.
Okay.
And he was accepted. Is it Wesleyan in Nebraska? Do I want to say that right? The college. It's a performing arts college.
Honestly, I don't know. I'll have to check on that.
But it's a specialty college that just deals with performing arts.
Okay.
And so our friends that were visiting over the weekend are two couriers who I knew them when they were 18, and now they're 52.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And his daughter has been accepted to that college as well.
Oh, that's fantastic.
So we hooked them up and introduced them to each other. So she'll have somebody that she sort of knows. But it's supposed to be a very specialty, really fun, college that you go to. And she's a singer. Roland was more of the acting side of it. And that's all they do.
Okay.
They prepare you for a future and, the performing arts.
Okay, excellent. That's fantastic. Lastly, Mary, I'll tell you remember Mrs. Lamar from over at Page Middle School, the PE teacher who did the dancing routine with us?
Oh my gosh.
Last year, she's watching us. Thank you for watching us, Mrs. Lamar. Anytime you're doing a fun activity in class, you and Mr. Jess let us know, and we'd love to have you back on. But Mary, I'm going to go ahead I'm going to sign us off here.
Okay.
I will be on, as I shared on Thursday, with Mr. Bailey, special edition classroom conversations about the opening of school. Make sure you catch up with us. Mary, have a great week, and I will talk to you later.
You too. Right. See you then. Bye.
We'll see you. Bye-bye.